Okay, we live. What's up, everybody? Brooklyn Core Cutters here with another great story. The ladies got something they want to share with y'all, and I appreciate y'all showing up. And I'm gonna let y'all give y'all to the ladies. Yeah, ladies.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Jazzy. We're going to do a book review on the Sundown Towns. It's a hidden dimension of American racism, and the book is written by James W. Loewen. It's about the towns that were sundown towns, which you guys know we did the first review on that. So this one is the book. And it's just telling you about different towns that were sundown towns, which they didn't want blacks. Review on that. So this one is the book. Correct. Correct. And they're just saying about different things that went on to in various towns about the racism, which was not just only blacks, it was Chinese. It was
Yes.
it was Mexicans,
Mm-hmm.
Jews,
Jewish people, and it
Hispanic people.
yes, and it was also Italian people.
Italian.
Right. If you weren't white, they didn't want you in their town. I mean, that's just what it is.
Yep, that's true.
So where can you get this book at? This book
Okay.
you're talking about
Right. The book we're talking about, you can get it on Amazon.
on Amazon.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
also I also hear y'all have a Telegram group that y'all would like people to join. For more information on the subject y'all talking about.
Correct. That is so
Correct. We would love for y'all to purchase the book
Yes.
and join us reading along and y'all input on the book also.
Okay, so y'all gonna be having some postings in y'all group, Telegram group. The Telegram group will be posted in the description below. If y'all want to join the group and see what they got going on over there, we appreciate it. So, ladies, I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy.
okay. Great.
Um, okay. I'm Classy Essence, aka Carol Bounty Hunter. Um, we did the first part on Sundown Towns, so we did a lot of research and to find out more, and find out why, and understand um, what Sundown Towns were all about. The book it gets real in depth and it's very informative. Um, and I didn't know that it how you say it followed on up until the 20th century. So
Correct.
it isn't called Sundown Towns anymore. Um, how it changed and how if you weren't a certain color, you couldn't stay in this area or they didn't want you in that town. The book is very interesting. It's very informative, and if you want to know more and want to understand, I recommend buying the book because it's an awesome book. It really is.
It
It is.
really is an awesome book.
Yes, and this is Truth Diva TV. Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday to you. What struck me very enlightening and important in the book was that it's still going on today,
Correct.
and
Yes.
it's lots of states, and Illinois is one with the biggest.
Whew.
Still, it's like 404 towns
Yep.
that
Hmm.
still considered sundown towns in this day
Yes.
and time.
Yes.
But the difference is, it's not called sundown towns anymore.
No.
It's called suburbia. It's
Yes.
Yes.
and and how I got an understanding of that. I kept reading the book and researching um that and like Joyce said, it's the suburban neighborhoods. And in the 20th century, it's done stepped up its game. It's got a new name now. It's the suburbs as well as what is it? When you go to purchase a home,
oh, the
uh,
HOA,
yeah,
Homeowner Associates.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
So
It has stepped up its game in the 20th century.
correct.
you know,
But
and
they still had a lot of sundown towns from the
yeah,
1900s, 1800s, all the
yes,
way to 2005. If you read the
yes,
book, it will tell you exactly where these sundown towns were still
yeah,
available in 2005.
yeah. And some towns are trying to hide their history as being a sundown town,
Yes, they are.
and they're trying to not get their names included in that list. Um, but they still, certain parts of that town still patronize the sundown town
Correct,
as a
correct,
sundown town.
correct.
In the book, it tells you um, the author has a site that you can go to. I can't remember what the site was, but you type in a state, and it will pull it up, and it'll let you know whether it's still in operation or whether
Yes.
it was considered a sundown town.
Correct, Harold.
Yes, Wikipedia, because I found a lot of places in Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
that-
There's still places in North Carolina. There's still places that are still sundown towns today.
And also in New York.
Yeah,
Also in New York. So
Yeah,
people really need to be aware of it, because if it's still in, they're still exist, then you have to be careful
yeah,
of when you're traveling. You still have to. People don't realize it, but it's so.
yes, true. Because you may be going through a town and just stop to get gas and use the restroom. And it may be a sundown town, and you may be just in the wrong place,
at the wrong time.
and
Right.
something will happen. It was, the book was very enlightening to me, and it,
Very enlightening. Very
I got a better understanding,
right.
and how some of the sundown towns still exist today. You know, I didn't know that. I thought it was back in the 1900s. It can't be now. But as I read the book, he states that it still continues on even in today.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And the person that wrote the book was James W. Loewen. I mean, it's very interesting.
It is.
Very interesting.
It is. And once you get to reading it, you're not going to put it down, because you're going to begin to, as I say, understand why this, and why are they still up and active today.
Right.
Yes,
you,
yes,
you know because you can go in a certain area or a certain neighborhood, and um before you leave out of there, you know you'll know I'm in the wrong place.
Correct. Correct.
I'm in the
They'll,
wrong place.
listen, they'll let it be known. They might not even say anything to you, but the looks that you will get, you will know
Yes,
that you're not in
yes,
the right place.
yes.
yes,
That is absolutely true.
true.
When I took my son to college up there in Shippensburg, PA, which is the steel mill country, as they
Yes.
call
Hmm.
it, you can tell that they live by that rule.
Hmm.
We entered the bank, and they parted the bank like the Red Sea so we could get to the counter. So we could hurry up and get in
And
and,
get out.
and get out.
Yes.
And our kids were allowed to work up there, but our kids had to be getting off at least by 9 o'clock.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
So yeah, I've seen it.
Hmm.
I've seen it. I mean, I mean, like, you're not gonna get that hospitality down here.
Now it's a
Something else.
You
it's a
wait your turn.
it's a part in the book where they had like a mass meeting
Yeah,
Yes,
on getting rid of the Chinese in Crescent City. So
yes,
they
yeah,
had meetings on what they wanted to do. If you were in that city, they wanted you out.
yes,
So they had meetings. I mean, it was really something. And they also sent like a Western Union opposing
mhm,
any Negroes coming to Lawrence County.
yeah.
yes,
They did.
This is in the book.
Yes.
yes. It is. It's in the book. Like, um like it said, a hidden dimension of American
Racism.
racism.
Right.
And in chapter 8 it says hidden in plain view, knowing and not knowing about sundown towns.
Right.
It's in plain view, but we tend to overlook it. We pay it no mind in the 20th century. You
Right.
know, uh, we just go on. But in this book, it'll make you think. It'll make you think, and it'll open up your mind to, okay, if it was back in the 1900s, what he's saying, that it is still relevant today.
Right.
And he explains why it's relevant.
Yes.
you know I enjoyed it.
I
I
enjoyed,
really did.
I really enjoyed it also. And they also had something in the book where in early May of 1911, a teenage boy was hung because they thought he stole some meat.
Yes.
So I mean, these things were true.
Yeah.
This man did an in-depth research on this before he wrote this book.
Yes, he did. And he did not get a lot of help from a lot of scholars, because they said, why are you going back into the past and digging it up when it's buried?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
and then,
Yes, they
but in
did.
order to go forward into the future and to make a change, you have got to face the truth
Yeah.
Right. Right.
and acknowledge the truth. Um, he went to a college to get some help, and they would not help him at all.
Yes.
They wanted
He
him to
went
leave
he
town.
he he went a lot of places and people tried to discredit what he was saying.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, I really think this is a good read.
yes,
It will open up your mind to things that you have not even known about.
yeah,
Yes.
and also it wasn't just the Black Americans. It wasn't against one color,
Right. No, one race. No, it was
one
not.
race.
No.
It was humongous, you
Yes.
know, and we all should take the time, pick up order this book, read it, read
Yes.
it.
Pass it on to your kids, your
Yes,
grandkids.
Correct.
share it. You know, it's eye opener, and it makes you realize, I need to understand why this happened, and does it apply today? It does apply today, but
It
how
does
does
apply
it
today.
apply today?
Correct. Correct. And it also had a part in the book where it said they had a sign that said, "Congrats, Michael Brown, 1 year with no criminal behavior." And this is when they killed this kid.
Hmm.
Yes.
It's in this book.
Yes.
And they had a sign posted.
Yeah.
That people,
Yes, they did.
and this was in Missouri, where he lived, where he got murdered. So it's a real good book. I tell you guys, it's a real good book. I mean,
I would recommend it. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
It's an awesome book.
it really is.
Even
And,
though I would recommend it. Yes, indeed.
yes.
But it's an awesome book.
And where can you get the book at?
I would recommend it. Yes, indeed.
You can get the book on Amazon. Ain't that right, Jazzy?
Yes, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, you can from
Get it in
Amazon.
paper. You can get it in paperback,
Yep.
or you
Hardback.
can get it on the computer.
Yeah, you can. You can order it off the computer also, and it's not expensive. I think it's a good price for this book.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
purchased it for $11.99. I got the online book.
Okay, that was great because I paid a little more, but it was worth it.
Yes,
Yes.
Worth it.
yes,
So they did have a lot of other things that they were talking about in the book. We do have. We're gonna put different pictures inside the Telegram group so you guys can go and take a look. The description would be below with Telegram group if you would like to join the Telegram group, because we will be doing a lot of other books
Yes.
And we'll also like, input.
Yes, we would
Yes.
like the input, and that way, if you join our Telegram group, we all can decide on one book, and we can meet once a week, and we could discuss that book.
Yes.
Correct. Correct.
Yes. And I would like to add to that, you know, we're not promoting racism. We're just trying to get an understanding
Correct.
and increase our knowledge on um, the things that happened back then and how does it apply to us today.
Yes,
Absolutely, Carol.
it does.
Absolutely.
It does not affect our outlook.
At
Right.
all. At all. This is just
Mm-mm.
something that we're saying that would be a good
Oh,
book for someone to pick up and read.
Yes, it is a
awareness.
good book.
It's
Right.
basically we're speaking on awareness.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then there's also one part in the book, something that happened June 1st, 1921, where white people tried to turn Oklahoma into a sundown town. And what they
Yes,
Hmm.
did was they got 5 airplanes and they dropped dynamite on
Whoa.
in the black community to get rid of those people out of that community because they wanted to be a
yeah,
sundown town. Yes.
yes, they did.
So it was a lot of things that they did to promote racism for as blacks, Chinese, Italians,
Yeah.
Mexicans. I mean, it's just not just one race that we're trying to let people know about and come across. That's it.
Yes. And how it affects society.
Yes,
Correct.
You
absolutely.
know, we when you don't have knowledge about something, you die. In order
Correct.
to understand something, you got to research it. You got to seek it out, find out, ask questions. Why does it apply today?
Right. Is
Right.
it prevalent today?
Yeah,
That's right.
it's not a point of promoting racism or nothing because we're all one.
Correct.
You
And
know.
also, it's good to be aware of these things. We all have children, young adults that do
Yes.
traveling, and we also need to make them aware of their surroundings when
Correct.
they do
Yes.
when they go certain places.
Yes.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And,
Yes.
and we're not trying to bring no type of race down.
Nope.
No dividing.
None
Nope.
of that. We're just saying the book that we're reading is a great book. It,
Yes, it
it,
is.
it will enlighten you. That is it.
That's it. If you want to know, get the book.
Get the book. Correct.
Get the
Get the
book.
book.
Right. I saw another part in the book which happened in 1886
Hmm.
where it was a black man and his wife, which his name was Alec and her name was Morn
Mhm.
Gentry. And
Hmm.
they were the only two black people permitted to reside in Hamilton County because
Hmm.
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
dealt with them because they felt that they weren't a threat. So they let them stay in there, but they were the only two
Hmm.
black people
True.
that was ordered to live into that county. And
Hmm.
But I also I noticed something too, and reading it, they kept speaking also on a book about the northern slavery, how that was tied into it.
correct, it's
Yes.
there. It's
Yes.
there. It is
That's in
there
there.
in the book. It's in the book.
Yes, I mean it's very very enlightening.
It,
A
Yes.
lot of things that I thought I knew, I did not know.
no,
I agree.
I
And,
agree.
and you're
Me
never
too.
too old to learn.
Correct.
True. True.
Correct.
That's the moral of the story. You're never too old to learn.
True.
And this book, what we're talking about, is is a learning and awareness process.
Yes.
Correct, Karen. Absolutely correct.
No other hidden agenda is behind it.
No.
Right.
No. It's history and knowing that history and what was behind it.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yes. And but I enjoyed it. I really did. It's a must read. Um, we couldn't even. It would take us a month to go through this book
Yes,
and
it was.
share everything. It's a must read. get it and read
That's
it.
why we're asking for you guys to join our Telegram group so we can further on explore the rest of the book
Right.
along
Hmm.
with us.
Right. Because this book, we wouldn't, it would, like you said, Carol, it would take us at least a month to get
Yes.
in depth. But if you get it and you read it, you know, you would understand what we are speaking about.
Yes. True. Because I have I have just completed my last chapter today.
Right.
While I'm catching up.
Hey, it's
I'm
good.
catching up, but I'm flipping and flopping because I also got the book about the Northern slavery too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. That sounds great. That
So
sounds
I've been
Yes.
like flipping and flopping because them two authors really stuck out,
Yes,
and
they
and
did.
and 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 uh, it was obstacles and tribulations and trials that they went through to get their point and their story across,
correct.
Hmm.
and
Yep.
that's what we're trying to share with you guys.
Exactly. That's all it is, and something that you may be interested in reading. So this is what it's about. You know, this is a book that we thought we would review with you guys.
Yes. And um we really enjoyed the book, and like Joyce said, we're sharing it with you. What we got out of the book. I'll review what we think of the book. Um and I still say it. It's a must read. It's a must read.
Yes,
So
yes.
guys, that's why we came on to, let you guys know about a book that we read that we thought was very great. I thought it was great.
I did too.
I give it 5 stars all day long.
Me.
Yes.
Five stars. Like I said, what I mean. You want to leave a legacy behind. You have to start with knowing where you come from.
Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct, Karen.
Yes.
I
Uh,
love the topic.
yeah, and that also goes back to something that you're doing with the ancestral, which you find in your ancestral ancestors.
That is
Yes.
correct.
All of that is tied basically into this book, because if you start getting into this book, you're going to want to do what Joyce is doing and trace back and find out if some of your loved ones actually experience what's in
Yes,
that book.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Right. It is ancestry.com. They have a 14-day trial. It's
Oh yeah.
free. It's free for 14 days. You can
Yes.
look into it, and if it's something that you may want to do, you have 14 days.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I joined it, and I know for a fact two of my relatives, my great grandmother and my great great grandma, experienced that.
Right. And you saw that it was correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
it was absolutely correct because, like, I had no knowledge of who my great great grandma was.
Hmm.
And as soon as I searched my mom's biological parents,
Uh-huh.
that's when everything started popping up.
Yes.
Yep.
And
And
it and with my grandma, it took me to her mother. Then it took me to her mother.
yes,
Hmm.
And what I mean, I thank you for sharing that with us the last time we did the Sundown, Joyce.
yes,
Because, like I said, what I mean, now I really want to know, and I really want to share with my kids, my nieces and nephews, so
Hmm.
they all know, because I have diverse nieces and nephews.
right. We all
Yes.
do.
You know what I
We
mean?
all do.
We all
I
do.
mean, I got multiple mixtures in my family.
Oh
Yes.
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 Yeah. So I want, even though my nephew is Hispanic, I want him to know where his dad's side came from and
Right.
what his
Yes.
dad's side is about.
I'm telling
Yes.
you, it's great because I started doing it, and my husband, he's been talking to Carol for a good while, and
Yes.
I saw her last name, and I said, "Wait a minute, I think she's related." And I researched it, and yes, she was related to us. So, guys,
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's a must. If you want to know where you come from, that will be the place for you to go.
Yes.
They do a lot of commercials on it because it is real. It's
Yes.
real, guys.
It is.
And when you start doing your research, you will find out a lot of your loved ones are in them sundown towns.
Correct. Absolutely correct, Karen. You
True.
are correct.
It's true. You know, because Joyce encouraged me to give it a try, and I gave it a try, and oh man, the leaves that were added to my tree,
Yes.
and it goes on and on and on, and s- I'll leave it at
Yes.
that.
On and on and on.
it,
Because I'm now on my dad's side, I'm up to the 14th century. So I'm
yes,
telling you, it will tell you exactly where it started.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
So that's also a great site to go to and research.
yeah,
Just as well as the book. I mean, it's a great book, guys. It's a great book. You would
yes,
really want to, once you get it and you start reading it, you will see what we're talking about.
yes.
It's a great book.
It is,
Yes, it is.
and it'll open up your understanding about a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes,
you'll
it does.
understand why.
Yes.
So, is it anything else that you guys want to elaborate before we?
Not really. If you have some spare change and you like to read, get the book.
Get
Yes,
the book? And like we
That's all Truth Diva TV have to say.
right, but like
Thank y'all for coming, and God bless.
yes, yes. But like we said, if you'd like to join our Telegram group, is in the description below.
yes,
And if you guys want to talk about any other books or some other books that you would like us guys to read, that'd be great.
yes. Yes, and remember, if you want to know about your ancestry, hit ancestry.com up. Give it
Correct.
a try. 14 days. Hey, in 14
For
days, you can learn a
free,
lot.
for free.
Free. Yes, it's free.
Yes,
And
indeed.
who doesn't like free?
Hey,
Well, guys, until the next video.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, yes, because
yes,
we do come on Wednesday and we do the review on Queen Sugar and also another movie that we'll be doing
yes.
on Wednesday.
So if you don't have nothing to do on Wednesday night and you're just sitting around watching TV, hit us up on YouTube.
Correct.
Hit
At
us
Correct.
up
six
on
at
YouTube.
at 6 p.m. and we'll be doing night school.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, that's what we'll be doing.
yes.
So until the next video, guys. Brooklyn Cord Cutters and the First Ladies, we're out. Thank you, guys.
Good
Thank you.
evening.